Good evening, my friend, and welcome here to a great matchup here as we have the undefeated Lexington Miners led by quarterback Chad Moore traveling to Lincoln, Nebraska, where they will take on the 2-1 Lincoln Rattlesnakes led by running back Logan Lee. My name is Pete Zaller. Joining me in the booth is Nate Hall, and on paper, Nate, this looks like to be one of the best matchups of the week here in the SFL minor leagues.
Yes, it does, Petey. First off, welcome to you here in the booth. It does look like it's going to be a barn burner of a game between these two teams. Lexington is undefeated so far through 3 games, and Lincoln at 2-1, but sitting pretty, like you said, leaning on the running back Logan Lee, who is second so far in the minors in rushing at 375 yards so far through the first 3 games, averaging over 100 yards per game, and his 6 touchdowns good for first. We'll see if he has another monster game here tonight. But we got to see Kenny Slider get some more production if they're going to have a balanced offense for Lincoln.
Yeah, and it looks like it is heads, so the Rattlesnakes choose to defer. So it will be the undefeated Miners starting with the ball here. And Nate, this is looking like it's going to be a high-flying matchup, high-octane offensive game from what all the analysts believe. And looking at these teams' records and what they've done so far this season, there is no reason to think otherwise. So here we go. Lincoln will kick off. Hudson James up on the kick. As he gets ready to kick it off, he will kick it away, and the game is officially underway. Nice kick back to about the 5-yard line. It is fielded, taken up to the 20, 25, and will actually be stuffed right around the 25, where the Miners will start with the ball.
Yeah, and the Miners will start on offense with Chad Moore under the helm. This is a pass-heavy offense. Chad Moore, second in the league at 874 passing yards, averaging almost 300 yards a game on the season.
So here we go. Chad Moore comes in under center. Moore, one tailback in the backfield, 2 receivers out right. And he takes the snap, and it's a handoff up the middle, and it'll go for about 2 yards before being taken down is the running back, Willie Smoke.
Man, Willie Smoke, despite not having a whole lot of yards on the season, he does have 4 touchdowns. So they like to throw it until they get inside the red zone, and then they like to get it to Willie Smoke to finish it off and get him across that goal line.
So a 3-yard gain, 2 backs in the backfield now for Moore. Moore is going to drop back, looking to pass. Moore is flushed out of the pocket, throws it away, and throws it straight to a defender. This one's going to be taken all the way back to the house, but hold on, folks. There is a flag on the field, so it looked like it was in the area of holding there, but we'll have to see, Nate.
Yeah, it might be holding because it was in the area of the backfield. It's going to be a fine. It will be declined. Yeah. What a play. Heads-up play by Lincoln on that one. That holding penalty will be negated, and Lincoln will be on the board first with a huge pick 6 on defense by number 55. That is going to be Jason Clay, the outside linebacker. Just had a great beat on that ball. Once he caught it, he just knew what to do with it and took it straight to the house.
Nate, let's talk about Brookie Burr, because she's really the only reason that touchdown happened. I mean, she flushed the pocket, made a great bull rush on the outside, and Brookie Burr, the female E-player here in the minor league, 6'4", 280, the big lady out there, as the extra point is up, and it is good. But she was able to get in there, create some pressure, and I mean, she just kind of flustered the quarterback there, and Chad Moore just threw an errant pass.
Yeah, that pressure is where it all started. As you stated, Brookie got back there in the backfield. Whenever a quarterback throws it off the back foot like that and flutters that ball up in the air, it's going to be trouble, and that's exactly what it was there on that first pass attempt.
Well, here we go. After making the extra point, Hudson James will kick it off. Another fine kick. This one's going to go back into about the 5-yard line where it is fielded. This ball is taken up to the 20, 25, 28. The ball almost looked like it was on the ground, but it wasn't. That ball was returned there by Barney Burner.
And Lexington will have a second go at it, trying to rectify the wrong of the first drive and try to hold on to it this time to go a little bit further down the field.
So it looks like they're going to come out once again. 2 receivers out right. Back in the backfield, that's Smoke. Moore under center. Defense looks like they're going to respect the coverage here. It's going to be a handoff right side. Smoke breaks the tackle. Smoke, nice little run there, gains about 5 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
Good, strong running by Smoke on the outside, following his blockers along that right side of the offensive line. Getting a good 4 yards, setting up a second and medium. Anytime you can get 3 to 4 yards on first down, it's good.
So Chad Moore under center again. 2 tailbacks in the backfield, 1 receiver each side. Moore. Looks like there might be some pressure coming from the Lincoln team this time. Here we go, dropping back is Moore, good protection, and he eventually will be sacked. And yeah, I mean, they brought a bull rush there, Nate. And once again, Brookie Burr gets the sack. Burr with a great start to the game. But yeah, I mean, you just can't hold on to the ball that long when they're bringing pressure.
Brookie Burr, who came into this game with 1 sack already to her resume, gets a second one right there. Could have been her third had she gotten back there, but that rush caused the interception. She is having a game so far in this one.
Moore drops back, throws middle of the field into a bunch of traffic, and it is caught. Nice catch there by Xavier Solomon, the tight end, and that'll be a first down. He threw into traffic. I was a little nervous about that one, Nate, but he does find the big tight end.
Xavier Solomon, who is heavily used in this offense, is second in receiving and yardage terms at 185, averaging over 60 yards per game. Gets a nice one there for the first down.
Empty backfield for Moore. 3 receivers out right. Looks that way. Throws back to the left side of the field. And he had a man open down the field, but just missed it there. And real quickly, I do want to go over the starting lineup here for Lexington offense. You have quarterback Chad Moore, the running back Willie Smoke, receivers Barney Burner, Ian Francis, Alex Jackson, and the tight ends Oba Bruin and Xavier Solomon.
Wide open was Barney Burner, and he just flat out dropped that one. He might still be running to the end zone had he held on to it.
Here we go. Under center again is Moore. Moore drops back, looking to throw. Throws right side. Quick, easy completion there to Alex Jackson. And that will set up a 3rd down and 5. And, I like that. He's kind of had a flustered start to the game, has Moore. And it looks like there's given an easy pass there to kind of get him locked in.
Yeah, nice, easy out route. Good for 5 yards to his top receiver, Alex Jackson. Give him a manageable 3rd down coming up. Let's see if they can convert here.
All right, here we go. 3rd down and medium. So you can pass it, you can run it. Really the full playbook open. Trip set to the left side of the field. Looks like Lincoln's going to respect it. They drop back and cover. Here we go. Looking to pass. Throws left side. Another easy completion to Barney Burner. That'll be a 1st down, but he paid the price. And Nate, I'll tell you what, as a strong safety, I'm sure you love hits like that from the secondary.
Absolutely love to see hits like that. Anytime you see a hit like that, it just gets your blood flowing. And oh man, laid the wood on that hit right there. Did Antoine Joe, the cornerback, and I'm sure the receiver will be feeling that one.
Here we go. Throw into the right side of the field, and a terrible decision. It's almost picked off there, but it will not be picked off. And quickly, I want to go over the starting defense here for the Lincoln Rattlesnakes. Brookie Burr, defensive end. Anthony Robertson, a defensive end. The inside linebacker, Demetria Monzuma. The outside linebacker, Jason Clay. Cornerbacks, Zachary Hamburger, Antoine Joe. And free safety, Tino Sosa. Backup free safety, Vernon Brothers, and strong safety, Luke Swift. So here we go. Under center, once again, is the quarterback Moore. He's looking to pass. A lot of passing here, and he's going to get sacked right away. Was that Brookie again? It was Brookie Burr. What an impact he's making.
Get out of here with that, Brookie. That's your 2nd sack tonight, doubling your total for the entire season through the first 3 games. Have yourself a night. And big shout out to Zachary Hamburger, who on the previous pass probably should have had an interception, but batted it up in the air and had a pass deflection nonetheless.
Yeah, Brookie Burr, she's not trying to stay in the minor leagues, it would appear. Here we go.
No, definitely not.
Pass over the middle of the field, complete. Once again goes to Xavier Solomon, the tight end. That's completed for about 10-ish yards, we'll say. It'll be 4th down and 4 now, and at the 42-yard line, big decision for Lexington, excuse me.
Brookie is, if they punt this here, which I assume they will, Brookie is the reason why, because she pushed him back on that sack, and that's what led to the 10 yards not being enough for the 1st down. So Brookie being the reason why this ball is being punted right now.
Victor Ironlag on the punt. He punts it all the way back to the 10, takes a nice bounce to the 5, and they'll down it at about the 6-yard line, it would appear. So that is where Lincoln is going to take over with the ball here. So Lincoln going to be taken over here momentarily. This will actually be their offense's first time touching the field halfway through the first quarter, as their defense has really put them in a good position to start this game against the undefeated Miners. So here we go. First time we're going to get a look at Kenny Slider and the hot running back, Logan Lee. Here we go. Slider under center, I formation behind him. Defense looks like it's bringing pressure, and they will. It's going to be a handoff up the middle of the field to Lee, and Lee gets stuffed at the line here. And, I got to imagine that's going to be part of the game plan here today, Nate. They're probably going to bring a lot of pressure with the way Logan Lee has ran the season.
Yeah, Kilganon getting the first tackle on Logan Lee, and that's going to be a huge factor in this one, is if this defense for the Miners can slow down Logan Lee enough and make Kenny Slider hurt you with his arm game and make him burn you with the pass.
Slider under center, 2 backs in the backfield. Looks like pressure again, and he will hand off right side, and the pressure will get home as Logan Lee, 2 runs, nothing doing. So here is the starting offense for the Lincoln Rattlesnakes. Kenny Slider at quarterback, Logan Lee in the backfield, John Fullerton, Caleb Gifts, Timothy Mossam King are the receivers. The tight ends are Chris Alther and Navante Richardson, and that is your starting offense here for the Lincoln Rattlesnakes. Under center, 2 backs in the backfield. Slider looking to pass in, almost picked off over the middle of the field there. And this will give me a good time real quick to give you the defense for the Miners. We got Gerald Cumbus at defensive end, inside linebacker DJ Killigan, who's had a great start to the season, outside linebacker Noah Davis, cornerbacks Shane Hill and Andre Tucker, and the free safeties Guy Incognito and Willie Bands, and the strong safety JJ Bailey. So we're looking to punt.
Willie Bands, the recipient of that pass deflection, would have probably preferred the interception, but he'll be happy to bring up his 4th down.
Punt is up, and it's a high punt. A lot of hang time on this one, and it will be returned at about the 45-yard line. So actually, Lexington's going to take over where they punted from. Real quickly, though, if you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at simulationfl.net. The SFL, it's football for everyone. Here we go. Under center is the quarterback, Moore, and he's going to hand it off to Smoke. Smoke, big gap, spin move up the middle, about a 7-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 4.
And Smoke, with his biggest run of the game so far, 6 yards after that spin move to the left, picks up an extra couple, gets all the way down to the 35-yard line, and you see Brookie Burr there with her 2 sacks already early in this ball game, but Willie Smoke, if he can get going in this game, it could be open up the play action pass later on.
Alrighty, here we go. Looking to pass is Moore. Moore in the pocket, stands tall, throws into triple coverage, and it won't be picked off. But just a bad decision from Moore there. He's not having a great start to this game.
Hamburger down there, along with about 3 or 4 other teammates. I saw at least 5 defensive players back there. And 1 lonely white shirt in the middle of all that. That is not the kind of ratio you want if you're a receiver amongst a defensive backfield like that, trying to come down with a reception.
Under center, 2 backs in the backfield. Here we go. Moore looking to pass. Moore throws it left side of the field, and it will be complete. His favorite target so far, Barney Burner. That'll be a 1st down here. And, we were talking about Moore in our pregame, talking to each other there, Nate. And we kind of compared him to almost like a Jameis Winston of the NFL. He has a big arm, and he's not afraid to use it, but it leads to a lot of touchdowns and a lot of interceptions.
Yeah, it sure does. And Moore, he's got 5 touchdowns, as he stated, but he also has 4 interceptions. But like I say, though, all the time, it's anytime you have a positive touchdown-interception ratio, I think you're going to be all right.
All right, that'll be a handoff left side. That one goes nowhere for Smoke, though, as he is gobbled up by the defensive line there. Nice tackle on the play from Jason Clay.
Jason Clay getting a tackle for loss right there. Loss of 2 yards. Lexington is trying to keep this thing in field goal range, trying to get some points on the board.
Here we go, under centers. He's been much of the game. Chad Moore. Moore hands it off up the gut. Smoke once again goes nowhere, as this defensive line so far for Lincoln has been awfully impressive. The Rattlesnake line not letting anything happen up the gut.
Yeah, number 56 on that tackle for Lincoln. That is Monzuma, the middle linebacker, with the tackle, but only getting 2 yards on the play, getting 2 yards back to the Rouge line of scrimmage.
Moore throws right side and almost picked off once again, man. Could be a lot of interceptions. Zachary Hamburger in good position again, but not great hands on the defense. You know, Nate, they say if quarterbacks could catch the ball, they'd play receiver, and so far it's been the case in this game.
Absolutely, and Chad Moore looking for his wide receiver there on a beautiful corner route, but Hamburger was having none of it, and jumped that pass perfectly, and just absolutely nice defensive play there to bat that ball down.
All right, well, here we go. Victor Washington's going to be kicking. It's Barney Burner on the hold. Washington lines it up, waits on the snap. And Washington, the snap is taken, the kick is up, it is down the pipeline, and it is good right down the center, a 46-yarder there for Washington, as it is now 7-3 in favor of the home team, Lincoln Rattlesnakes still.
Yeah, and Lincoln does have points on the board finally. I'm sure they're happy to have that on the board now after going most of this first quarter scoreless, but I'm sure they would have loved to have 6 instead of 3. Lincoln doing a great job of not allowing that offense to go any further, however, to hold them to 3 points.
All right, so here we go on the kickoff again. It'll be Washington. Washington kicks it away. It'll be kicked deep down to about the 2-yard line there for Lincoln, where it is field. The ball's taken up the center of the field, and he is stuffed at about the 23-yard line, which is where the Rattlesnake offense will take over for their second possession after a 3-and-out on their opening drive.
Yeah, and Lincoln minus the only points of the game they have so far is that pick 6 on the very first defensive possession of the game. Their offense hasn't really done a whole lot to speak of so far.
All right, Kenny Slider under center. Slider is going to hand it off to Logan Lee. Lee with a lot of room, breaks right side. Nice job getting back to him, though, was the defense, as Lee looked like he had some room, but the room closed up real quick for a gain of about 4.
Yeah, number 54, Noah Davis. Number 22 got in there, J.J. Bailey, to combine on the tackle, which looked like that run for Logan Lee was going to be bigger than the 4 yards he actually got, but good job of closing and make that tackle.
All right, here we go. 3 backs in the backfield this time. It's going to be a handoff up the gut. That one goes for maybe a yard or 2 there. That handoff was number 42, the fullback, John McCool. Love a good fullback run, but unfortunately that one didn't really fool the defense. He gained nothing.
Yeah, got absolutely nowhere on that one. Number 94 on that play. Just didn't get a whole lot on that run.
Well, here we go. Empty backfield for Kenny Slider. Slider trips out right. Looking that way. Slider steps up in the pocket, fires, and that's going to be picked off over the middle of the field. And that was a nice play there by the defensive back.
Bands coming in on the interception. What a play. Able to read the quarterback size the whole way. Knew it was going to be thrown to number 18 there. Let's see who that was that he was targeting. Caleb Giffis was the target on that one. And what a great play by Bands to come up with the INT to take that ball away.
Yeah, it's funny. It really wasn't a terrible read by the quarterback, just a better play by the defense. Here we go. Moore drops back in the pocket, fires right side. Once again, who else? Barney Burner with a nice 7-yard completion. You know, I think Barney should change his number to 7 because he's been getting them 7-yard completions all game long.
And I would be amiss if I didn't mention that was Willie Bands' first interception of this season for the Lexington Miners. So congrats to Bands to pick that ball off and get his first one of his minor league season here in the 4th game.
Here we go, Moore throws once again. Barney Burner, and did he have first feet? Did he have both feet down? He did. It's a first down, and the adjustment needs to be made on this Lincoln defense because they're just letting Barney Burner get 5 yards every time he wants it.
Yeah, burning the defense the entire game so far in the first quarter. The out routes is working well for him. Chad Moore is just picking him apart with that out route so far and taking what the defense is giving him.
Here we go, under center, Moore. 2 backs in the backfield. Momentum seems to be shifting in way of Lexington. He throws right side, another out route. This time it will be to Ian Francis, though, and Francis gains 6 yards.
If you don't go to the bottom of the screen, you got another receiver up there, and Ian Francis to the top of the screen that can do just as well in catching those out routes. Another 6 yards, making it second and manageable. Now inside the red zone, and Lexington knocking on the door in scoring range once again.
Seems like Lexington's felt this defense out. Seems like maybe their coach told Chad Moore, hey, stop with the deep shots. We can beat them on the short passing game. Hand off to Willie Smoke. Smoke gains about 4 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 1. So a very manageable 3rd down coming up. But Nate, you just kind of feel it. It feels like the momentum was very early Lincoln. We're only in the first quarter of what's probably going to be the game of the week here. But Lexington, it seems like they're taking the momentum now.
Yeah, Lincoln, it was easy for Lincoln to take that early hint of a momentum there with that pick 6, but Lexington settled down, chipped away with that first field goal with 3 points, and now they are knocking on the door again and out of bounds at the 3 now.
Yeah, Barney Burner once again on that out route to the left side of the field. They find him. Burner with a strong start to this game, and it's going to be 1st and goal from the 3.
And Burner just can't say enough about this guy. Coming into this game, he's only been averaging 31 yards per game. He doesn't even have 100 yards on the season, and so far here tonight in this 4th game of the season for Lexington, he's got plenty of a handful of catches already.
Here we go, thrown over the middle of the field. Aaron catches. I do not know how that was caught over the middle of the field. Moore threw it into a bunch of traffic, and somehow a white shirt comes up with it. Let's see who that was. Moore just flushed in the pocket, throws up a dying quail, and it's caught by Xavier Solomon. My goodness.
And that will be Xavier Solomon's first touchdown catch of this season in the 4th game of this minor league season for the Miners. So congrats to Xavier on that touchdown catch. But we saw what happened the first time Chad Moore threw off of his back foot, and it almost happened again here in the end zone. One of the defenders for Lincoln, I didn't get a number on it, but one of the defenders for Lincoln almost got his hands on it to pick that one off in the middle of the end zone, but it was just out of his reach. Found the waiting hands of Xavier Solomon. The rest is history, and now Lexington finds themselves with the first lead of the ball game.
Visit the all-new league website presented by Football Shift at simulationfl.net, featuring all the league highlights, photo galleries, playoff and minor league stats and leaderboards, community content, and so much more. The all-new league website, simulationfl.net. Kickoff is up and away, and it's fielded about the 5-yard line, taken up to the 20, 25, and it'll be tackled at about the 26-yard line, which is where Lincoln, whose offense has had nothing doing, will take over.
And look, well, we said it right at the start of the game. Logan Lee was going to be a big part of Lincoln's success if they were going to be successful in this ball game. And so far here tonight, Logan Lee has been held to a minimum per play of 4 yards or less per run on his handoff. So Lexington doing their part of slowing him down.
Here we go, a little swing pass left side, can't bring it in, Logan Lee. And, I like that adjustment, actually, by Lincoln. I think they're seeing what's happening here. The run's not going anywhere, so they're trying to still get the ball in the hands of Logan Lee. They did it with a little swing pass there. Unfortunately, Lee just dropped an easy one. Yeah,
and he does have 85 receiving yards so far on the season, so he is capable of catching those out there in the flats. He just didn't get a good beat on that one out there in the open field, and it falls incomplete, bringing up 2nd down.
All right, here we go under center. Lee in the backfield, Slider. He's going to have 2 receivers out right. Slider looks that way, lots of pressure, escapes it, rolls out right, throws downfield, and an errant pass that goes off the hands of one defender and almost was caught by another. That'll be incomplete and bring up a 3rd down and 10. Another long 3rd down here for the Rattlesnakes.
And that is something that is getting to be a regularity for this Lincoln offense, is 3rd and long situations here early in this ball game. Another 3rd and 6 or longer coming up, being a 3rd and 10.
Interesting, under center with an empty backfield here is Slider. Slider drops back, Good protection, steps up in the pocket, fires over the middle of the field, and that one will be complete. Good protection that time, and he's able to find an open receiver. It looks like that was number 81, Timothy Mossam King, the big receiver, 6'6", biggest receiver on either team, and that'll be a first down.
And if that's one thing about Kenny Slider is that he's got these weapons, whether it be John Fullerton, who is the leading receiver of this squad, Timothy Mossam King, who just got that one for a monster first down up to Lexington's side of the field, or even Caleb Giffis. These guys can all catch the ball and handle long third down conversions.
They the ball's on the ground. It is recovered by Lexington. Oh my goodness! Just as Lincoln gets something going, and they could have taken that ball to the end of the quarter. They snapped it with 1 second left, and a mistake as the ball is on the ground, and Lexington takes back over.
Logan Lee's first fumble of the season couldn't have came at a worse time. Already trailing 10-7 at the end of the first quarter, and there you have it. Lexington gets the ball back.
Unfortunate end, and at the end of the first quarter, the Miners of Lexington lead 10-7 over the Lincoln Rattlesnake. We are live here from Lincoln, Nebraska. My name is PDJ Zettler, alongside me Nate Hall, as we are here with SFL Minor League action in week number 4 of Season 7. And here we go. It's going to be Moore taking over right around the 50-yard line. He's under center. Two backs to the backfield looking to pass. Throws an out route to the right side of the field because why not? Gets close to a first down. Tackled about a yard short is Alex Jackson who gets involved.
Alex Jackson, as we stated, leading receiver of this minor ball club. Didn't have a whole lot of catches there in the first quarter, but gets a good 90 yards on the out route on the first catch of the second here. Already down to Lincoln 38 with that one.
And here we go. It's going to be 2nd down and 1. In the backfield is Willie Smoke. Moore awaits the snap. Moore takes it, gives it to Smoke. Smoke up the gut. He got maybe a yard and a half, but he only needed 1, so it'll be a first down. And, Nate, I got to ask you, you were involved in the minor leagues before you made your way to the SFL as a great, strong safety in the SFL, and you're actually part of the inaugural championship team in this league. What's it like being down here in the minor leagues, knowing you need to prove yourself to make it to the big leagues?
Well, first off, you just, it's an experience to finally be a part of one of these minor league teams when you first join, building that rapport with your coaches and your other teammates, getting that experience with your other players in the locker room, your day-to-day conversations and whatnot. It's not all about what happens on the field. It's the back and forth conversations that you have in each other's locker rooms that make the season go by even better and stronger, as that catch is made by Alex Jackson once again. Alex Jackson starting off this second quarter on a hot streak with a couple of big catches in a row. But yeah, as you stated, I was a part of the inaugural season 1 of the SFL minor leagues with the Madison Lynx playing free safety for them in season 1, and our club actually won the first ever minor league championship.
Oh, sorry there, Nate. I thought Smoke was about to break that one.
Yeah. Well, it's good that you cut me off, because I stated there in the first quarter that Willie Smoke, he might not have the yardage to show it. Only 179 yards coming into this game, but he does have the 4 touchdowns. So anytime, you get this offense inside the red zone, watch out for Smoke to get the handoff.
Well, here we go. Moore under center looking to pass. He looks towards the end zone. Moore rolls out right, throws back left, and almost intercepted on the sideline. But I'll tell you what, the defensive backs for the Rattlesnakes, they left their hands in the locker room because they're not catching much today.
Man, Antoine Joe was hovering and badgering that receiver all over. Man, that receiver just had no chance whatsoever on that one. And luckily, it just falls incomplete because Antoine Joe could have had yet another. He already has 2 on the season, which is tied for first. He almost had his 3rd right there.
And right now, the Lexington or the Lincoln defense, they couldn't catch a cold in a a damp winter parking lot the way they're going right now with the hand play. Here we go. 3rd down and 3. Big play coming up. Moore rolls out, fires, and oh, nice hit stick play there. That was going to be a completion to Barney Burner, or excuse me, that's actually Ian Francis, but the ball was forced out with a nice hit.
Yeah, big hit by the defender there, knocking that ball out of the hands of Ian Francis, and now Lexington will be forced to get another field goal attempt here from their kicker. Victor Washington, he already has one on the day and looking to get a second one right here.
Here we go, getting ready to kick the field goal. Washington, the kick is up, and it is good. 27-yard field goal, and that'll make the score 13-7.
Lincoln doing a good job of holding there on defense, not allowing Lexington to get the 6 points, but holding the 3 instead, keeping this. If there's any big takeaway for Lincoln, it's that it's still a 1-score game and still within striking distance. So they just need to string a good offensive possession together, and they'll get right back in this ball game.
Here we go. Kick is going to be returned from the 5 up to the 20, 25, and he'll be stuffed right about the 24-yard line, where the Lincoln Rattlesnakes will take over once again, and they really need to try to get something going here on offense. I mean, last drive they kind of had it moving a little bit, but untimely fumble kind of screwed them up.
Yeah, Logan Lee, I think they'll go right back to him. They need to really get him going, I think, if they want to move down the field. But they do come out in the gun this time, so look for a slider maybe to get his arm going maybe here on this drive.
Slider, he does take the snap, and he's going to throw once again a swing pass there. It's caught, and Logan will take it up to about the 32-yard line, gain of 6 yards. So it'll be 2nd down and 4, and it looks like they're really trying to maybe open up the run game by doing these little swing passes and whatnot.
Yeah, if Logan Lee can't get the handoffs and find open lanes in the run game, then get him out in the open, make him get a couple of spin moves out in open space and get the defenders to miss out there.
Alrighty, here we go. Looking to pass once again, and that one will go right side completed. That's a nice gain of about 10 yards there to the receiver. That was caught by Caleb Giffis, and he'll gain about 10 yards. It's 1st down and 10, and for the first time this game, looks like a string of some positive plays here for the Rattlesnakes.
And some positive plays generated by the arm of Kenny Slider, which is unusual, as stated. Kenny Slider, he's only got 83 pass attempts on the season through the first 3 games, which is dead last in the league in terms of pass attempts. So a team that's not accustomed to passing quite as much at all through the first 3 games, and the yardage is there to show it. 7th in the league in passing yards. It's at 586 is Kenny Slider as well. So it's obvious they rely on Logan Lee, but Kenny Slider noticing the running game is lacking, and he's going to take it on himself to try to open up some passing.
Here we go once again. Going to be a handoff, and Lee stuffed at the line of scrimmage. That's going to be a loss of about 2 or 3 yards there. Great play up the middle of the field. That looks like it was Gerald Cumbis who got there and made a tackle for loss, bringing up 3rd and 13.
Another example of the run game not working, and another 3rd and long coming up. Now, last time they had a 3rd and 10 and completed a pass over the middle to Mossman King. Let's see if they can get another completion here.
Here we go over the middle of the field. That one's almost picked off. It'll be dropped by Hamburger. Hamburger's had a few good looks at it. Nonetheless, though, he'll force the punt. It is going to be 4th down and 13. So with that being said, have time for another read here really briefly as I pull that up. The SFL convention is coming to Cincinnati, Ohio, July 28th through 30th for the Season 21 kickoff weekend. For room reservation, details, and the weekend schedule, see the Convention Alerts channel in the SFL Discord server. Rooms are going fast, and some have already sold out. Reserve your special group rate today. We will see you there, my friend. As the punt is up, it's going to go down to about the 28-yard line where it's fielded, and immediately being tackled. I believe that might be Barney Burner down there as it is. And so they'll take over the 29-yard line.
Number 26 need to get a a number on that for Lincoln because he came in and trucked him on that return, and they actually laid a huge hit on on Barney Burner on that return.
All right, so here we go. Once again, the offense for the Miners will take over here. And looking to pass is Chad Moore. Moore goes right side of the field. That one is complete. He got it to Jackson. And, first quarter, it was the Barney Burner party. Second quarter, looks like the Alex Jackson party, as he has got an array of catches here.
Yep, getting everybody involved, just taking turns, as you stated. Barney Burner first. Now it's Alex Jackson's turn to build up his numbers. Alex Jackson is the leading receiver of this ball club, averaging over 70 yards per game, but getting a good showing here in the second quarter.
All right, here we go. It's going to be a handoff from Moore. That goes to Smoke. Smoke with a space.
Look
Smoke
out.
down the left side. He has speed. He breaks one tackle down the sideline, and you can see him later. Willie Smoke, 70-yard touchdown to the house.
Man, what a run by Willie Smoke. Just absolute. Oh, I'm going to say it. You're going to the crowd's going to hate me for saying it, but I'm going to say it anyways. He just smoked the defense just after the run, after the broken tackle on that play at about the 20-yard line. He just burned the entire defense and took it 70 yards. His longest run before that play the entire season through the first 3 games was only 13 yards. You can probably 5 times that now, over 5 times that for his longest run of the season, and add a touchdown to his record as well for his 5th of the season.
And here we go. The kick is up, and it is good. Make the score 22-7 here, as Lincoln they scored early on that defensive touchdown. I believe it was the first offensive play of the game, but now 20 unanswered points from Lexington. And a lot of the analysts, they kind of predicted that this would be an upset win. They thought that Lincoln would come in and be the first team to defeat Lexington after Lincoln defeated another previously undefeated team last week. But right now, Lexington, I think they're kind of showing they are legit here.
Showing that they're legit and a team to be reckoned with, because Lincoln has yet to have an answer for this Lexington offense. As you stated, 20 unanswered points, and Lincoln has yet to feature Logan Lee in any sort of meaningful fashion here in the first quarter and a half of this ball game.
All right, here we go. Kenny Slider, he's been becoming a bigger and bigger part of this equation here as, Lincoln, they're just looking for answers. 6:20 to go in the second quarter, 1st and 10. Slider is going to look to pass, throws it over the middle of the field. Quick completion right there to Himothy Mossam King. That'll be good for about 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, and since Lee has nowhere to go in the run game, Slider has got to shoulder this offensive burden throughout the remainder of this half, I believe, to get this ball club back in the game before the halftime break and try to string some passes together.
Slider going to have to make a name for himself in this game. He's looking to pass again. Throw over the middle of the field. That one is complete. That one will be completed to, I believe that is another tight end, Navante Richardson, the big tight end. 6'7" is that young man. And that'll be a 1st down. So, I think Lincoln, they've adjusted, and it appears as though they're saying the run game's not working. Kenny, we haven't asked you for much this season, but this is going to fall on your shoulders. He's already back under center here, so he has Logan Lee in the backfield. Slider looking to pass once again, throws the swing pass to Lee. Lee catches it. Lee, with a nice bit of space, does the spin move and gains about 6 yards.
And yet, despite Logan Lee not having anything going, as we stated earlier in the rushing game, they're still going to get Logan Lee, their top playmaker, the ball out in the flats and have him make plays out there in the open field. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the crowd once again. We've got a couple of people asking who's in the booth here with me tonight.
All right, first this play. Here we go, Slider. Looking to pass. Swing pass once again to Lee. Lee spin move, double spin move, 1st down. And Lee making his impact on the game known in the passing game. And look at him get amped up, that young man. He's trying to implore this offense to get the chains moving. But my name is PDJ Zeller. Alongside me is Nate Hall, the strong safety for the SFL big leagues. As once again, here we go, quickly back up. First time I think I've seen them in shotgun formation here. Shotgun for Slider. Slider looking to pass once again. Throws Lee, and that'll be completed. Lee, 5 yards, breaks another tackle, and that'll bring up a 2nd down and 6. As Slider, they're going only pass here now.
Yeah, they are, and I believe that was number 31 of the defense, Guy Incognito, that tried to undercut that pass attempt out to Logan Lee, but just undercut it too late and didn't get a hand on it. Logan Lee ends up with a 4-yard gain out in the open field, and 2nd and medium coming up.
Handoff up the middle, and that goes absolutely nowhere. Hit stick up the gut there, as making a nice play on the ball there was... Oh no! Logan Lee's down.
If things couldn't have gone from bad to worse for this Lincoln Ball Club, your you know, whatever you want to say, your meat cow, your top player, your guy you try to get the ball to the most, Logan Lee, goes down with an injury when you're already down by 13 points. Oh, that's just a terrible thing that happened right now in this spot in the ball game.
Pass to the right side of the field, that is completed. That'll be 4th down still. Bring up 4th down as a nice completion to that was rather Caleb Giffis on the right side of the field. But yeah, we said, Kenny Slider was going to have to step up and play big in this game. Well, if Logan Lee's out, it's going to be Kenny Slider's load to bear here. And, I'm the young man that hasn't had to do much this season. They're going to ask him to do a lot, and they're going for it on 4th and 2. Slider, under center. Full array of backs in the backfield here.
Might try to just get them to jump off sides.
Yeah, that's probably a good possibility here. Let's see, play clock down to 5 seconds, or game clock, or play clock, 3, and they're going to call a timeout. So good use of a timeout here at the end of the first half coming up here. And it looks like they're going to punt.
Yeah, probably just try to bait Lexington, see if they would jump there on that 4th down lineup, and Lexington's defense staying poised in that scenario. Lincoln, as you stated, burning a timeout, so they will bring the punter out here to punt this ball away. But we'll have to keep an eye on the updates and see how bad the injury is to Logan Lee, if he is out for the rest of the game or not. Hopefully not, for the sake of the Lincoln Rattlesnakes, but we'll have to get that info to you as soon as we have it here in the booth.
Liking the game so far? Smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The SFL produces over 400 events a year. There is no one else that gives you more football. Don't miss a minute of the SFL or the SFL minor league action, and help the channel grow through your support. Thank you for helping the SFL reach 10 years of operation through your viewership. So if you haven't already, smash that like button and subscribe to us, and hit that little bell so you can know whenever we're going to be starting these broadcasts. Here we go. Moore back out there. He has Willie Smoke, who just broke the big touchdown in the backfield. Moore is going to throw, though, over the middle of the field, and a nice play by the linebacker there. He swatted that one down, did Monzuma.
Monzuma just, he couldn't get the interception on that play, but he was back there to grab his hand on that one and bat it up in the air, and went incomplete.
Let's go.
Alrighty, so Moore and the offense going to come back out. It's going to be 2nd down and 10 after the deflection there on 1st down. Smoke in the backfield once again. Trip set out to the left side of the field. Moore takes his time, and now he does drop back. He's going to throw to the right side of the field, and that little out route to Barney Burner, it's back, and it gains about 9 yards, bringing up 3rd and 1.
Manageable 3rd down coming up, though, here for Lexington, and Lincoln's defense does need to come up with a big stop here in the worst way, trying to keep Lexington's offense off the field. Now that Lincoln's down by more than one score.
All right, here we go. Looking to pass, swing pass left side, and that's going to be completed to Smoke. Smoke with a lot of room. Smoke down to the 40, 45 before he's finally taken down. That's a gain of about 20. And Lexington gave Lincoln a little taste of their own medicine there with the swing pass.
Not only can Willie Smoke hurt you in the run game, but will hurt you in the open field in the receiving game as well. He has 70 receiving yards coming into this game and 2 touchdowns to go along with his 4 rushing touchdowns. So yeah, 2 receiving touchdowns through the air, but showing you that he can catch them out there in the flats and gets another one out there for a big first down.
All right, under center once again is the quarterback Moore. Moore returning from last season to this team, he is. He looks past his left side, and that is complete once again. Barney Burner on the left side. And, you know, early in this game, Moore was firing downfield into sometimes triple, quadruple coverage, just throwing bad passes, but he has really played nice into this game. He's calmed down, and he's just taking what the defense gives him right now, which is a sign of a really good quality veteran quarterback play. And, you know, Moore, who's been rocky this season, coming into this game, 5 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, and not a great rating, but it seems like he's really settled into this game, and he's just taking what the defense gives him.
He's being the general that his offensive coordinator is asking him to be. He's taking what the defense is giving him, throwing those out routes with confidence, and getting all of his wide receivers involved. That's all you can ask for as an offensive coordinator and as a head coach.
Smoke gains maybe 2 yards there. It's going to be 3rd down and 4. We're under the 2-minute warning here. 1:50 left to go in the first half, and a game that right out of the gate looked like, all right, Lincoln came to play today. This could be maybe Lexington's first loss of the year. Lexington, 20 unanswered points, and they want to make it 27 here. Moore, under center, Smoke in the backfield, 2 receivers out left. And Moore looking to pass. Moore surveys his options, a lot of time, throws over the middle, bad pass, could have been picked again. And I'll tell you what, Nate, this game could be a lot different if Lincoln even has gotten just 2 of these 7 possible interceptions they could have had.
Exactly. Monzuma with another pass deflection over the middle. That pass from Chad Moore looked like it was of the sidearm variety. It just didn't look good coming out of his arm at all. And Monzuma lets that one go, and there's another pass deflection.
Punt is up down the middle of the field. Looks like a little action on the right side of the field, but that one will drop inside the 5-yard line, where it is fielded, and now Lincoln. 1:20 left in the first half, pinned down at the 5-yard line. We don't know the status of Logan Lee, and for them, I think I'd almost just run the clock out here if I'm able to.
Yeah, I think so. At this point, you've already got a third. Well, I mean, I don't know. You're down by 13 points. You don't want to be down by 13 points, so I think you'd be aggressive here at this point. Try to get this game a little bit closer before you hit the break.
I'll beg to disagree on this one. We'll see. Slider throws over the middle. You made the right call because it's complete right over the middle of the field, and that'll be complete to Timothy Mossenberg, and quickly back up to the line of scrimmage they are. So they're going with Nate's strategy here. They're being aggressive. Slider looks, swing pass out left to the backup running back, and that'll be completed for about 5 yards. The backup back, Chris Foreman, caught that one, and they're running up to the line again. Quick offense here, down to 56 seconds.
Yep, 2 timeouts left. The clock's still rolling, but it doesn't matter.
Here we go. Fires right side, this time to the fullback, O'Cool. O'Cool carries a man with him down to the first down, and I think he got out of bounds. He did. That stops the clock. 47 seconds left. O'Cool with a big first down.
I love the strategy. Love the strategy by Lincoln right now. You be aggressive. You know, shoulder this offense is Kenny Slider. You're finding open receivers right and left wherever the defense has holes. And you already got the ball wired up to almost midfield, and you still got those 2 timeouts in your back pocket to use if you need them.
Looks like Lexington might be bringing pressure here. Yeah, oh no, pressure drops back. Slider looking to throw, slings it over the middle of the field. He finds him in, completed down to the 20-yard line, and I believe that was Timothy Mossam King. And what a nice throw there by Slider. And Nate, you made the right call. Be aggressive here, and it is going to work out for them. My fear, Nate, was if you're aggressive, you throw a pick and you let this game get completely away from you. But you were right. They're making the right call here.
Kenny Slider to Timothy Mossenberg. Huge gain of about 30 yards, right over the middle, deep crossing pattern. Timothy got behind the defense, wide open behind that defense, and almost to the red zone now.
Here we go. Slider drops back, throws a pass out to the right side. That's to Foreman, and Foreman doesn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Now they have to hurry up. This is going to waste a lot of time off the clock there for no yards gain. Already 5 seconds wasted. Getting close to 10. 10 seconds do come off the clock. Slider drops back, fakes it, throws it deep over the middle of the field to the end zone, and he might have had a man. but he threw it over Navante Richardson. I'll tell you what there, Nate, at 6'7", he's a hard man to overthrow.
Yeah, but Cumbus was coming up the middle with some pressure, heavy pressure at that, right up the middle. Almost got to Kenny Slider for the sack, and Slider was feeling it. Might have got rid of that one a little bit too soon. Might have got rid of it too quickly. And Timothy just couldn't catch up to that one to the right side of the end zone.
22 seconds, 3rd down and 10 here. Probably last chance going for a touchdown here for Lincoln. Slider throws it right side, and that is caught, I believe, out of bounds, and it will be. So we'll bring up 4th down and 10 as he looked for Awesome King. And still, if they get the field goal here, that's still good for them. They'll make it a 10-point game, and really in a first half, though, they're going to keep the offense on the field here on 4th and 10.
Are they, or is that the kicker in the huddle? Yeah, that's a kicker.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so they are going to go for the kick. But regardless, if they can make this kick and make it a 10-point game, the way this first half has went, I think you take that all day if you're Lincoln. Here we go. Hudson James on the kick. Awaiting the snap. Going to let the play clock run down. He puts it up, and it is good. And they make it a 10-point game, does Lincoln, so it's 20-10. And, you know, Nate, the way this first half has played out, Lincoln's had a real brutal time. I think you take a 10-point game.
Oh, absolutely. You take a 10-point game heading into the half all day, especially when you're down your starting running back at this point still. We don't have an update on Logan Lee's condition at this point in the ball game, and it doesn't appear he's going to come back anytime soon. So you take that 3 and cut that lead to half the opponent's total heading into the locker room, and count that 3 as a win on that drive.
Well, here's the return. That's going to be brought up to about the 30-yard line, and with 12 seconds left, let's see if Lexington just opts to take it at halftime. They have a full array of timeouts, but pretty risky here. I don't think I would go for it. I said that last time, but with 12 seconds left, and if you throw a pick, you really just don't want to let Lincoln get into this, especially with Logan Lee out of the game.
See if I can pull a commentator's curse, because we did have a run by Willie Smoke earlier in the game that went for 70 yards, and they're right at the 30-yard line.
Here we go, Smoke looking to pass. They're being aggressive. Throw over the middle of the field, and oh my goodness, that could have been picked, and that's what I was scared of there. You don't want to throw a pick and let them make it a 7-point game now, Nate.
There is your update on Logan Lee. He is out for the remainder of this game with a broken nose. Anytime you got a broken nose, it makes it hard to breathe at all when you're out there trying to play ball. So Logan Lee out for the remainder of this game. They're going to try to have to come back and win this thing without their star running back the rest of this one.
Looks like it might be a Hail Mary formation. More. 8 seconds left in the first half. He drops back, and he will throw, and is completed over the middle of the field, and the tackle is made, and the timeout will be taken with 3 seconds left. So Chad Moore gets a completion over the middle of the field there, and, well, they're at about the 44-yard line. Moore, we saw how big his arm was earlier in the game, so it looks like this might be a Hail Mary situation.
Absolutely. They probably will line up to go Hail Mary, but this could be another chance for Brookie Burr to come in that backfield. She's got a couple of sacks already earlier in this ball game, and I wouldn't be surprised if she comes storming up the middle or around the edge on this one to try to get Chad Moore down once again, but we'll see if he can get this off.
Here we go, 4 receivers out right. Lots of protection. Oh, there we go. And he's going to sling it deep all the way down to the right side of the field, and it's picked off. Here we go. Do they have blockers? Up the middle of the field goes Lincoln. They do have blockers, but they get to about the 50-yard line before they are met, and it looks like Chad Moore might have made the tackle. So he said, I threw the pick, but I cleaned it up, so it's all good. And we will go to halftime, and the score will be the Lexington Miners 20 and the Lincoln Rattlesnakes 10. Lincoln will receive the ball in the second half.
Yeah, that interception was made by number 26, this backup strong safety Elliott Harrison, as we get the third quarter started right away here. So no harm, no foul on the pick, as that wasn't returned for any points, and we get this one going once again.
All right, halftime is over, and we're back here in the second half of SFL Minor League action. The 3-0 Lexington Miners travel to take on the 2-1 Lincoln Rattlesnakes in what was expected to be a high-scoring affair, but truthfully, defense has kind of been the story of this game. The kick is up, and it is away. Nice kick from Victor Washington all the way down to the 1-yard line. Lincoln awkwardly catches it, and they'll take it up, and they're going to be eaten alive at about the 18-yard line while they'll take over. And that was just not a great fielding of the ball there for Giffis, and unfortunately, he only got back to the 19.
Yeah, you never want to catch a ball while you're running backwards to get it because it takes all your momentum away when you're trying to run forward to get positive yardage, and it cost them right there as they didn't even make it back up to the 20-yard line.
All right, Slider will be under center. And well, first off, let's see this play. Nate, he's under center, 2 backs in the backfield. Looks like might be pressure from Lexington, and there is. He's looking to pass, swings it out left side to McCool. McCool will get tackled beyond the line of scrimmage. But, Nate, whenever you're returning those punts and kicks, you don't want to be running backwards with your momentum. But, you, a strong safety player in the SFL, whenever a ball comes your way, you really don't care which way your momentum's going, do you? You just want to get that pick.
Yeah, exactly. You don't care which way you're going. You keep your hands on the ball and not drop it because it could be the difference of getting the ball back for your offense or keeping your defense on the field.
Oh, big sack there. Lots of pressure, and that one got there quick. That was a nice play, I believe, from Jared Cumbus once again. Or actually, no, that was Andrew Lawson we're seeing. So a nice play there, as that one will be a sack, and it will be 3rd and 17.
Yep, Andrew Lawson coming in for the sack for Lexington, getting a good loss of yards for Lincoln there.
Here we go, Slider. Has a lot of pressure, steps up out of it into the pocket, fires over the middle of the field, and nice completion over the middle. That one is completed to Caleb Giffis, and, that was a nice job there by Slider. He felt the pressure behind him, stepped up in the pocket, and delivered a strike down the middle.
Are we seeing something here with Lincoln? Because Lincoln so far, Mawson King has had some catches in the first half, and Fullerton hasn't had a major game yet, but Giffis has had a couple of good catches so far. Giffis might be the go-to here to try to lean on as this second half progresses. We'll have to keep an eye on that.
Well, Slider once again has the backup running back Chris Foreman behind him, and it will go to Foreman. Foreman carries a defender with him, breaks another tackle, gets a nice gain of about 3 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 7, but you know what they say about teams, Nate? Whenever your best player is out of the game, you really learn a lot about the rest of the team. And right here, everyone else, they're going to have to see what they can do when they don't have Logan in there.
It's all about, next man up, right? Whoever's going to step up and take that next step in bringing your team back after a big loss, and we'll see who that's going to be for Lincoln.
Foreman goes absolutely nowhere that time, or actually that was Logan Lee. Logan Lee's back in the game.
Wow.
Okay. Wow, they said he was out, but he must have had one of those, feel-good shots at halftime, and he's back in there.
Well, broken nose or not, he wants to help his team out any way that he can, and he's not going to let a broken nose stop him from trying to play the rest of this game.
No, he snapped that right back where it belongs, put some tape on it, and he's in, and the pass will go right side of the field to Mawson King. He's out of bounds, though, so that'll bring up 4th and 3, and it will be a punt, but Lincoln's Logan Lee showing a lot of grit here as he comes back into the game with a broken nose.
We'll have to keep an eye on that to see how effective he can be the rest of this game, should they come back and make this a ball game later on in stages later here in the 3rd and 4th quarters.
Well, here's the punt. I mean, a broken nose, you might think, like, well, it's not going to affect him, but you got to look at the full trajectory of that. I mean, when your nose is broken, your eyes are all watery, you're in a lot of pain in the face region as that ball goes down to the 20-yard line. Your face is in a lot of pain. Your sinuses feel all messed up. It's a big distraction. Your vision has to be completely, thrown to the far side there as a running back.
Absolutely agree with you 100%. But if our listeners are just joining us and wondering how Lincoln has 10 points, besides a field goal by the offense, the very first 7 points they got was by a pick six right around this area of the field. So we'll see what they do here on this defensive possession. As that catch was made by Burner.
Oh, my apologies. My mic was muted there. As it's 20-10. Here we go. Moore under center. 2 backs in the backfield. Score is 20-10 as we approach the halfway point of the third quarter here. Moore looking to sling it, throws out right, another out route that's completed to Barney Burner, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 1. My name is PDJ Zeller, alongside me Nate Halls. We are here with a great matchup, 3-0 Lexington versus 2-1 Lincoln, and what has been a more defensive game than a lot of people have thought so far.
Absolutely. Both of these teams have big offensive producers on their sides, respectively. And so far, just not quite the numbers that we were expecting, as you stated. And the points are showing that on the scoreboard so far.
Well, handoff, Willie Smoke, lots of room. He will get tackled, but after a gain of about 10 yards. And Smoke, a little slow to get up, but he does get up. And it's going to be 1st down and 10 for the Miners here.
Yep, good job right there by Zachary Hamburger to make sure he got that tackle on that play and not allow another, 50 plus, 70 plus yard run up the middle for a touchdown like earlier there in the first half.
Moore comes out in the shotgun, 3 receivers out right. Smoke in the backfield. And there we go. He's looking to pass, throws. I have no idea what he was doing on that one there. Moore, maybe saw someone he knew up in the stands and just kind of let go of the ball on that one.
Or it just slipped out of his hands. Sometimes that happens too. You get so excited about seeing an open player further downfield, it just slips out of your hands and goes, like you see there, only 5 yards upfield instead of 20 or 25.
Yeah, well, this is the minor leagues for a reason, Nate, Yeah,
exactly. Exactly.
They're proving themselves. Here we go, a handoff, left side, Smoke, oh, nice job, carries a defender with him, and it will be 3rd down and 5, rather.
Good run there by Willie Smoke. You see Smoke's numbers, on the day, now over 100 yards on the night. After coming into the season, 179 yards rushing through the first 3 games. As we stated, not a big production player by any stretch, but having a monster of a game here tonight.
Handoff goes to him, and he is gobbled alive in the backfield there. That'll go nowhere. Has some nice play by the defensive line, and they will force a punt, Will Lincoln.
Of course, those 108 yards might be skewed a little bit by that 70-yard touchdown run he had there in the first half, but nonetheless, still an effective night here for Willie Smoke nonetheless.
All right, so there's going to be a punt here. And have you ever wanted to be the play-by-play or analyst broadcaster on a SFL live game like myself and Nate right now? The SFL is actively looking for passionate SFL participants or viewers like you to join the team for the minor league season and ahead of season 21's kickoff in July. Please visit simulationfl.net/broadcasting for more details on how you can get involved and get your voice on the call. So here we go. Lincoln takes over. Logan Lee playing with a broken freaking nose today, and Kenny Slider at quarterback's been having probably one of his better games of the season here in what has been a very interesting game from start to finish, to say the least. So here we go. Slider under center. He's looking to pass. A lot of time in the pocket, and he eventually throws it out to Lee. Lee with a lot of speed. Lee, 15-yard gain on the play, and Lee with a broken nose. You wouldn't know it. What a great carry.
Well, that was a beautiful reception on a delayed pattern. It looked like they were going to stay back to block there for a few seconds, but kind of a decoy back there in the offensive backfield, and after about 3 or 4 seconds, just cut the fullback and Lee both kind of just shifted opposite directions out there in the flats, and ball went to Lee, and Lee went upfield for a monster gain and a 1st down.
I formation. Slider. He's going to hand it off to Lee. Lee up the middle, and he's met once again at the line. And the run game, that's been the story here for Lincoln. They've had some success in the short passing game and, the little swing passes, but running the ball up the middle, Lexington's defensive front has been a menace today.
Yeah, if you saw that graphic there where they were showing the rushing yards gain for both players, Smoke and Lee, I think Lee only had 1 total yard rushing before that run, so now he has 2, I believe.
They doubled it. Here we go. Throw over the middle of the field. That falls incomplete as a pass into traffic. But yeah, Lee doubles his stats on the day and gets up to 2 yards. It's going to be 3rd down and 9.
but it's for sure a game where he's relying more on the receiving yards to get his big numbers here tonight. And hey, if you're going to get big numbers any way you can at this point in the ball game to help your team out, you're going to have to rely on the receiving game and help your team out that way, if at all possible.
Kenny Slider in the shotgun formation, trips out right, Slider throws, and it is complete to Mossum King. Mossum King gets the first down, and just kind of a bad read there on the defensive back, but Lincoln needs some breaks here, and they get one there.
Shane Hill, the defensive cornerback, just cut up to that ball way too early, and he was 2 to 3 yards upfield past that throw and made that reception to the receiver an easy one. The receiver was able to turn upfield for the first down.
Here we go. Lee catches a swing pass again, gains about 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
And there you go. Yeah, there you have it. Lee is helping his team out there in the receiving game once again, and good 4 yards once again, making it a manageable 2nd down.
Slider, 14 yards away from a 200-yard passing game. He's not been asked to pass a lot this season, but the job today requires a lot of it. Slider, I formation, Lee in the backfield, McCool the fullback, Slider looking to throw, and it's a screen. This time by to Lee, and that one was covered well by the defense. Loses about a yard. It's going to be 3rd and 7.
Honestly, should have been a loss of about 5 yards because that defensive tackle was in perfect position to just lunge forward and tackle him about 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. But for whatever reason, Logan Lee was able to turn around and go upfield about 4 more yards before the defensive lineman was able to catch up to him.
Here we go. Slider over the middle of the field, throws into just a mess of defenders there. That one will fall incomplete. It's going to be 4th down and 7. And Lincoln, the offensive lose, just cannot string together full drives.
No, and that play, DJ Kilganon comes up with the pass deflection, and just cannot string together 3rd down conversions, cannot string together drives. It's just a problem that continues for this offense, and they need to solve that problem before it's too late here in this ball game as we're coming up here in the latest stages of the 3rd quarter.
The punt is up. Good bit of hang time on this one, and that one will drop at the 10, go down to the 1, and it will go into the end zone for a touchback. This summer, you can play the SFL video game on the go on the Retroid Pocket 3 Plus, an emulator for 4K 23 in the palm of your hand. Order your Retroid today at GoRetroid.com, search SFL, or through the all-new league website at simulationfl.net. Retroid, the official console of the SFL. So here we go. Moore back out there. And he's looking to throw. Moore throws over the middle of the field, and that one looks like he had his man, but it will fall incomplete as he was looking for Jackson.
Yeah, Jackson had a beat on that ball, but it just fell to the ground and incomplete, and brings up 2nd and 10. And this defense for Lincoln, they've been holding here in this second half as Lexington hasn't had any scoring chances as of yet here in the 3rd quarter, but this defense is being asked to do a lot right now.
Scoreless 3rd quarter for both teams so far. Moore throws right side. He finds his favorite target, Barney Burner, with a nice spin move, picks up the 1st down, and that there is how you make a 5-yard reception into a 15-yard one.
Yeah, Barney Burner that was Ian Francis, the wideout. Ian Francis able to catch that one on the out route over by the sidelines, and just a nice spin move back to the inside, get an extra 10 yards, and help his offense out to move those chains for a nice 1st down up the right sideline.
Right now, here we go under center is Moore, relying heavily on the pass game today, but Willie Smoke has been effective in the run game when they've asked him. Pass once again, though. Moore throws over the middle of the field. That one's complete, and that one will be complete to, I believe that is Xavier Solomon, who had a touchdown in the 1st half and has had a very good game so far. Solomon picks up the 1st down, and, right now it kind of feels like Lexington's going for the kill shot. If they get one in again, it's the way that Lincoln has played, it's going to be awfully hard to come back.
Yeah, but, Lincoln's held this offense to 3 before, and I think if they can hold them to 3 again on this drive, it can still be a 2-score game, and this team would still be in it at that point.
Oh, that's picked off over the middle, just in the nick of time there, as that is an interception by Dimitri Mazuma, who has had a great day out there playing linebacker. And my goodness, just as we're talking about maybe going for the kill shot, Mazuma says, "Not on my watch, young man."
Monzuma just jumped right out in front of who was that receiver on that one? I think it was Alex Jackson, if I saw that correctly. Yeah, Alex Jackson was on the receiving end of that. What would have been the reception, but Monzuma said, "No way! I will take that away from you, good sir, and give it right back."
Oh, Lincoln needed that one in a bad way. Here we go, swing pass to Lee. Lee picks up the first down there. Nice reception for him, picks up 10 yards. And yeah, you know, that is a play that Lincoln desperately needed at this stage in the game.
And despite Logan Lee not having a great game on the ground game, I feel like he's coming to life in the passing receiving game here in the third quarter, and he's almost taken that broken nose personally and is trying to will this offense back in the receiving game and getting big chunk yard plays in the receptions.
Yeah, the defense needs to adjust this. Here we go, handoff to Lee. Lee fumbles it, puts it up the ground. Who comes up with it? And I think it's recovered by Mossam King. It is. Oh my goodness, a lucky break there as they get the ball back. It'll be 2nd down 7, actually a gain of 3. But oh my goodness there, that could have been detrimental.
That would have been Logan Lee's second fumble of this game after going the first 3 without a single one. And that could have been, as you stated, that could have been a killer right there for this offense at this stage of the ball game. And luckily, Mossam King was there to fall on it and keep possession for this offense.
Well, they hand it off, and it goes really nowhere. Gain of 1. It'll be 3rd down and 6. But, you know, I got to tell you, Nate, the defense, they need to adjust them swing passes. If I was them, I think I'd start telling the safeties to play the outside corners to protect the outside of the field that they're attacking. But let's see where they go here on 3rd down and 6. It's the I formation, 2 receivers out left, slider under center. Slider, looks like he calls an audible at the line of scrimmage. Sees something in the defense he wants to attack. Slider looking to throw. Slider, good protection, throws left side. It is complete. Nice toe tap catch there, but it will not matter because it is not a 1st down.
If I was the coach in this situation, I would consider going for it on 4th and 3 just because it's a short yardage situation and it's inside the opponent's side of the field. But I do believe they'll play field position here and just punt this ball away.
Yeah, it's still a 10-point game with a whole quarter to play here, so I do agree. I think you got a punt. Here we go, looking for the punt as Frank Gussie is going to take it. Gussie puts it up, and oh, there we go, down to about the 1-yard line, and it will go into the end zone. So Lexington will take over at their own 20-yard line when we start the 4th quarter. The end of the 3rd quarter, the scoreboard reads, the Lexington Miners undefeated and sitting with 20 points. The Lincoln Rattlesnakes sitting with 10. And they are looking to pull off the upset, but they have a long road ahead of them, and it will start right at the drop of the 4th quarter. And here we go, Nate, as it's going to be Lexington taking over. Under center is Moore. Long way, and Moore will hand it off. This time we'll go Smoke. Smoke goes nowhere, and that one will be a gain of 1.
I think at this stage in the ball game, you're up 10 points is Lexington. I think you just try to get Willie Smoke the ball as often as you can. He's already up over 100 yards on the ball game. You just try to hand the ball off as many times as possible and try to bleed this clock down.
Alrighty, here we go. Moore looking to pass. Moore chased. That's Brook. Oh, he's going to run with it.
Oh,
Moore
wow.
in the middle. Moore takes the slide and gains about 12 yards there. And Brookie Burr was very early on in this game. She caused the opening pick 6. She had 2 sacks early in the first quarter. Has been quiet since. Got involved there, but could not bring the quarterback down.
And what a job by Chad Moore to find his way out of trouble and out of the pocket to scurry up the middle and gain a huge gain up the middle for the 1st down.
All right, Moore is going to hand it off left side. Smoke with a lot of room does a spin move back inside, and that'll gain about 3 yards. And, you know, Nate, I think if he would have spun outside, he had a lot more room to work with there as it's 2nd and 4.
Yeah, he probably would have had an additional handful of yardage. Might have even had the first down had he spun to the outside. But as it is, still a manageable second down and 2nd and 4 coming up here.
2nd and 4, 9:35 left in the ball game. Moore looking to pass, throws left side. Not the pass he was looking for. That will drop incomplete, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 4.
Tino Sosa, the safety, coming up with a nice pass deflection there. On that play, 3rd and 4 coming up as he stated. Big play by both these teams. Big play for Lincoln's defense coming up because they need to get off the field and try to get this ball back so they can score right away. But big play for Lexington to try to extend this game out and run some clock down.
All right, Moore. He's going to be looking to pass here on 3rd down and 4. Will be a run with smoke. He's looking to pass. Moore fires over the middle of the field. That one is going to be dropped and almost is picked off, but will fall errantly to the field, where it'll be 4th down and 4, and Lincoln forces a punt.
Antoine Joe, who already had interception earlier in this ball game, laid a perfectly timed hit on the receiver to knock that ball up in the air. Vernon Brothers was back there, who could have caught it on an interception on the ricochet, but it just falls to the turf and goes incomplete, bringing up 4th down.
APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-line art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com. The Lincoln Rattlesnakes will take over here, and they have 9 minutes to try to rally a 10-point comeback. Their defense has not given up a single point here in the second half, and they have kept them in the game, but the offense needs to come alive. They got to put a full drive together here. Here we go, slider, under center, hands it off the gut to McCool. McCool doesn't really gain anything there. Actually loses the yard. It'll be 2nd and 11.
The fullback doesn't, as you stated, the fullback goes back a yard and just run game hasn't been there all game long. I think you just got to scrap it at this point. Go to the air as much as possible and try to find your receivers.
All right, Slider looking to pass. Here we go. Drops back deep into the pocket. Slider with all day to throw, and he finds a man on the right side of the field, and that is Mossum King once again. Or excuse me, that's not Mossum King. That's actually the tight end Richardson, and that will bring up a 3rd down and 1.
3rd and manageable, 3rd and 1 as you stated. Nice job by Slider to stand in there. There was plenty of pressure right beside him there in the pocket, but finds the receiver there, Richardson, and actually the tight end Richardson there, and gets good yardage and bring up 3rd and short. Very manageable here. They need to convert if they want to keep this game going.
All right, 3rd and 1. Do they go to Logan? Does Logan Lee have his first carry of big gain here today? Yes, he does. Left side of the field, he gains a 1st down, and that'll be about a 4-yard gain. 1st down, and the young man's feeling himself here. That's what this team needs right now, a little swag about him.
Yeah, we've been waiting for that all game long from Logan Lee, and Lexington's defense probably sitting there going, oh no, Logan Lee's feeling himself. That is not a good sign for us at this point in the ball game.
All right, here we go. 1st down and 10. Slider calls an audible. Slider has played a great job here today in this game, looking to bring his team back. Slider looking to throw. Slider throws over the middle of the field. That one is complete once again. He's starting to lean into his tight ends a little bit, that was number 88 on the play, and that's John Branson, the 3rd-string tight end's first catch of the day, and it will be 2nd and inches.
I like where this drive is going for Lincoln. They've gotten all kinds of players involved on this drive, tight ends, wide receivers. Logan Lee's got a carry or 2 here. They just need to keep it going.
Here we go, and that's going to go to Lee, and Lee picks up the 1st down. So Lee, he's not getting much yardage still, but the yards he's getting now are big ones, because that's 2 conversions for 1st downs on this drive with carries of 4 and 2 yards. And 1st down and 10. Lincoln, though, clock not in their favor. They're down by 10, 7 minutes to go. Definitely enough time to work with, but you can't take all day here.
The word of this drive for Lee is effective.
Gives it to Lee, and Lee gobbled up in the backfield. Really first negative play of the drive, and Cumbus was big in that one.
Yeah, despite going backwards by 3 yards, the other handoffs that he got 1st downs on, as I stated there on the previous play, he's been effective on this drive up to that point. He's gotten a few yards at a time, but it might not be big gains, but he's being effective in moving the chains.
Alrighty, here we go. Hand off to Lee. Lee gains about a yard, or actually that's not Lee, that's McCool, and I don't love that play call there.
No, not at all. Not at this point with less than 6.5 minutes to go. Now you're at 3rd and 12 at this point, and definitely a must convert here on 3rd and long. Got to find an open receiver somewhere across the field, downfield.
All right, here we go. 3rd and 12, and here we go. It's going to be a pass play. Slider swings it deep over the middle of the field, and it's complete. A great completion there, and he finds his receiver. That was number 84, Caleb Walker, and the backups in the 4th quarter are becoming the stars.
Caleb Walker, nice crossing pattern going left to right behind the defense. Defense couldn't get there on the coverage in time. And first off, let's talk about the poise by Slider back there in the pocket. Standing back there, poised, trusting his coverage, trusting his protection, and just stood back there and delivered a beautiful pass.
All right, that one's completed over the middle of the field. And that will be a 5-yard completion. And so continue to move the chains. That's Richardson, the tight end again. And, 5 minutes and 27 seconds left. They're down to the 27-yard line. They got to keep this drive moving, but things looking up here for Lincoln.
Things looking up. They want 6, of course, on this drive, but 3 wouldn't be the worst thing ever, as that would still be a 1-score game, and there's still plenty of time on the clock.
Slider. He's going to throw left side. That one is completed as well. That'll be a gain of about 3 yards there to John Fullerton. We haven't heard his name a lot today, but Fullerton brings in the reception, and it will be 3rd down and 1.
No, the leading receiver here for Lincoln, you stated we haven't heard a lot from him here tonight. He does have 174 yards coming into this game, which is leading the team in terms of yardage, but only a couple of catches here this evening.
Here we go. It's going to be a handoff right side. And Lee, biggest run of the game, comes in a big spot. He carries the defender down to the 18-yard line. Here we go. Quickly up to the line of scrimmage once again. Hurry up offense. Slider under center. Lee still in the backfield. Slider handoff to Lee once again. And Lee gets attacked in the backfield. They're going to stick with the hurry up here. 4:20 to go.
Need to pass it, though. I don't want to run it here.
And they do run it, and that goes nowhere. 3rd down and 14. They're going to hurry up again. And oh my goodness, I did not like that play call.
They need another play out of this formation, but they don't.
They do the same play 3 times in a row, and it brings up 4th down and 14 or 15. So now they got to kind of kick the field goal and hope on their defense, and just a breakdown there from Lincoln after such a promising drive.
Yeah, you were just sitting there hoping they had another play out of that formation, but they didn't. And 3 straight handoffs that went backwards a couple of yards, a yard or 2 each time, just led to a 4th down field goal attempt here. And it goes left.
It's no good. Oh my goodness. Hudson James wide left, 3:38 to go, and Lexington can run the clock down and pretty much get out of here with their undefeated record intact. Oh my goodness, what a terrible time for that miss. Oh, it was looking so good, Nate, and the wheels just completely fell off the bus for Lincoln.
Yikes. Hudson James' first miss of the season. Came into this game 2 for 2 on the year. And I had another one already earlier in this game, so he was 3 for 3 before that kick. And couldn't have been a worse time for that miss for that young man. You just got to feel sorry for him at this point of the game. Now 3 for 4, still a 10-point game, and now the whole game is going to go their way as they're going to look to drain as much clock as possible with that first completion being completed and the clock still rolling.
2nd down and 9, 3 minutes on the clock. There's actually a big catch there by Ian Francis that kept the clock moving. Moore under center. Using up all that clock, throws it over the middle. That one will fall incomplete, and that will bring up a 3rd down and 9 as he was looking for Barney Burner.
Not good clock management if you're Lexington right now. You want to keep the clock moving if you're Lexington's offense, but instead choosing to pass this one at this point, that incompletion right there on 2nd down makes the clock stop. and brings up third down, giving the Lincoln faithful hope the late stages of this ball game.
Oh, that was an offside. Free play over the middle of the field, and it is caught, so the free play works out. Nice catch there in traffic by Alex Jackson.
Yep, and that will be they'll take the yardage on this one for sure, as that goes for a big gain and a first down, and that penalty will be declined.
Yep, neutral zone infraction, and yeah, that'll keep the clock rolling too if they decline that penalty, which they did. So, 20-10, under 3 minutes to go here. Lexington, a lot of people were saying this game was going to be up in the 30s in scoring, and this might be Lexington's first loss of the year. It's been anything but that. It has been a defensive matchup, 20-10, and Lexington, to be quite honest with you, the score is closer than this game has felt. Lexington, under center is the quarterback, Moore. Let's see if they just run it with smoke here. So, nope, looking to pass. Moore over the middle of the field, and he gets almost sacked, and he does get sacked. That is Brookie Burr, her third sack of the game. Great game for her, and that will keep the clock running. Not the way you'd want it to, but it does.
Looks like there could have been a face mask back there too, somewhere along that offensive line, but they don't call it, however. But another big sack, and Brookie Burr, despite what most likely will be a loss by Lincoln, she'll leave this game with a huge stat line on her stat sheet of 3 sacks and plenty of hurries in that backfield on Chad Moore tonight. And I'm sure plenty of scouts in the major leagues will be looking at that as they walk away from this game.
Alrighty, here we go. It's going to be the quarterback. Moore getting sacked again. So he is sacked once again, and that will bring us down to the 2-minute warning, and it'll be third down and 23. Wow. Alrighty, Lincoln's defense says this one's not over yet.
Zeus Howard this time coming in with the sack, getting in on the sack action, giving Brookie Burr a break on that on the sack total.
Alrighty, well, that takes us to the 2-minute warning, 20-10. Big play coming up here, but before we get to that play, I quickly want to say, in just a couple days, Sunday evening, the SFL will reveal the Season 21 schedule. Join Cameron Irving and Mike St. Green will be breaking down all the rivalries, all the primetime games, all the twists and turns of every schedule, and so much more. Don't miss out on one of the most fun nights of the off-season, the schedule release show, Sunday at 6:30 Eastern Time, right here on the SFL YouTube. Here we go. Moore looking to pass. Slings it over the middle of the field, and that one will drop incomplete. So the minute 56 left, the full array of timeouts. Lincoln, they will get the ball back. And it's possible. They're going to have to be quick and efficient, but it is possible.
Yeah, we've seen stranger things happen here in the SFL, but definitely still within striking distance is Lincoln at this point in the ball game, and just need a couple of plays to go their way as Lexington comes on the field to get this punt off.
All right, here we go. First step for Lexington is get a good punt off here. You don't want a bad one. Victor Ironleg will be the punter. Victor gets one up. Good, strong punt by Victor. That one goes back to about the 30 where it is fielded, and he'll be tackled at about the 32-yard line. Minute 48 to go. And, Nate, I almost think here just try to quickly get in field goal range and kick the field goal first. And I know it's hard to say after they just missed a field goal, but kind of what you need to do.
Yeah, kind of what you need to do. I think you need to get your kicker back out there and try to get his confidence back up for one thing. After missing that one, he's got to be feeling some sort of way about that miss earlier, and you just got to get his spirits back up, get him back on the plus side of things, and get him back on the board once again, and get this to within a one-score game.
That slider over the middle of the field complete to Nvante Richardson, who's been big here in the fourth quarter. Slider, low snap, fields it, gives it to Lee. Lee down the sidelines. Oh, he should have went out of bounds there. He only gains about 3 yards. Now they have to keep a hurry up out there. Could have went out of bounds for about the same yardage, but tried to cut back in. Here we go. Slider, shotgun formation, 2 receivers outright. Clock continues to tick away. That's an offsides, free play. Got to take your shot. He fires over the middle of the field, and that is complete there to John Fullerton, and that will stop the clock too. Big gain there.
Big gain, and that offsides isn't going to matter. They're going to take the big gain up the middle by Fullerton. Puck is stopped. What a Wow, what a break here for Lincoln at this stage here with still over a minute left and your full array of timeouts. And nice throw, nice pump fake, nice throw by Slider to find Fullerton across the middle.
Yeah, right here, I think probably get like 10, 15 more yards and go for the field goal. Get yourself down to about the 20, have about a minute left in all your timeouts, and I mean, that'd be an ideal situation. Let's see what they do here. 34-yard line, clock's at 1:14, Slider under center. Slider takes the ball, he's looking to pass. Slider throws right side, and oh my goodness, he threw it straight to a defender, but thankfully it was dropped. I mean, that was a gimme, and he had the receiver open too. He just did not throw it to where it needed to be.
Yeah, Shane Hill had a definite interception chance right there and just couldn't keep his hands on it. Probably would have been a pick six had he held his hands on it there with that situation. But the second break going Lincoln's way, second play in a row.
All right, under center, takes the snap, drops back, throws right side. That'll be complete to Mossum King. And did he get out of bounds? Yes, he did. So that'll stop the clock. 3rd down and 6 to the 30-yard line. And you definitely want to get some more yardage here. You don't want to kick the field goal this deep after that miss.
No, definitely not. It's 3rd and manageable. You want to get a first down right here. And try to convert this 3rd down. Get a little bit closer for your kicker. And move a little bit closer.
Trips out left. Looking to pass is Slider. Slider throws one right side. He has a man complete. That is Fullerton. Fullerton breaks the tackle. Fullerton down to the 10-yard line. A minute left in the clock. Timeout. 1st and goal. Or not a timeout, but the clock stops. 1st down and goal. And now I think you probably go for the touchdown with a minute left because you're at the 10-yard line. You've had a hard time getting there all game. You got to try to take advantage here.
Well, yeah, plus it'd be your first touchdown on offense all game long. And you're at the point now where you can sniff the end zone. You don't want to go away from this spot of the field without getting across that goal line after you haven't crossed it all game long. So back here in the gun is Slider, and you're definitely going to be going end zone here.
Slider in the shotgun. 3 receivers bunched to the right side of the field. Slider looking to throw. Slider over the middle. He's got Fullerton for a touchdown. Fullerton over the middle of the field. Touchdown, Rattlesnakes. Oh my goodness, they were dead in the water for much of this game, but when the game is on the line, Kenny Slider was in prime time, baby.
Kenny Slider has been lights out here in the second half and just taking what the defense gives them, getting the ball to whoever is open in the secondary, and what a beautiful pass across the middle to get this within a 3-score game with that extra point, or a 3-point game, excuse me, with that extra point. And don't look now, but Lincoln is right there. And hey, they're going to go for the onside kick here, of course, being down by 3 with less than a minute left. But even if they don't recover this, they still have 3 timeouts on defense. They just need to stop.
All right, let's see what happens here. The onside kick is up, takes a big bounce. It's bobbled, and it is eventually caught by Lexington, and Lexington will take over their own 40. But like you said, Lincoln, they have the 3 timeouts, so they can make a stop here. And after having a firm grasp on this game pretty much since midway through the first quarter, Lexington now finds themselves in a threatening position here. They need to pick up a first down. Big situation here.
And knowing that Lincoln needs to stop, will Lexington be aggressive, or will they still be aggressive, or will they try to run this now?
Here we go. Smoke carry. Smoke gets a good carry, 5 yards. They had him in the backfield, but they couldn't quite get a hand on him, so that'll make it 2nd down and 5, and Lincoln will burn their first time out. And man, they would have liked a lot more if they got him down in the backfield.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a big play there by Smoke, being able to spin back to the inside and make a couple of defenders miss. Get an extra 5 yards on that run to get them a little bit further upfield.
Here we go, 49 seconds, 2nd and 5, more under center. Looks like bringing the house is Lincoln. It'll be a handoff to Smoke, and Smoke will not quite get the first down. It'll be 3rd down and 2, and now Lincoln takes the timeout. 46 seconds on the clock. Huge 3rd down coming up here.
The hand it to Smoke, who has been your player of the game so far throughout this one, has a touchdown. Is the difference so far in this game? Has a 70-yard touchdown earlier in the first half, or do
Here
you
we
try
go.
to air it out?
Moore under center. Smoke in the backfield. They give it to Smoke. Smoke gets it up the gut. Smoke does it. Put a fork in them, and Lexington, after things got dramatic at the end, if they can just take a successful couple of knees, they will move to 4-0. And I'll tell you what, Lincoln made it interesting here at the end, but the team that had control all day is going to walk out of here with the victory.
Yeah, and Lexington led. Aside from that early pick six, they led. Got 20 straight unanswered points, led 20-7 there in the first half, and never looked back. As you stated, Lincoln made it look interesting in the second half. Kenny Slider tried to make a miraculous comeback there in later stages, showing a lot of poise and a lot of grit, getting the ball to his open receivers. Played a heck of a game in his own right, but Lexington just able to find the will to win when it mattered the most. And Lexington definitely at this stage of the season, this being only an 8-game season in the minor league, showing at this point at 4-0, showing that they are legit and showing that they are a team to be reckoned with here in the minors, as they are the sole undefeated team here in the minor leagues, and they drop Lincoln to 2-2.
Well, they take a timeout, does Lexington, just to run it down all the way. So 3 seconds left, one knee here will end the game, and Lexington going to move to 4-0. Lincoln moves to 2-2, but certainly two of the more premier teams down here in the SFL minor league. So here we go. Moore, who's played a fantastic game today, steps up victory formation, your favorite play of the game if you're the quarterback of any team. And he is going to take the snap, take the knee, and that'll do it. The final score here from Lincoln, Nebraska. The Lexington Miners 20 and the Lincoln Rattlesnakes 17 in what was a great game here. As, Nate, this was just really a great matchup. A game that people were expecting a lot of offense from. It ended up kind of being a defensive duel.
A defensive tool that could have gone either way, as we stated. Lexington on offense came out more balanced, of course, in terms of yardage. Lincoln couldn't get it done on the ground. I think that was the determining factor. Logan Lee couldn't get anything going on the ground, and they relied way too much on Kenny Slider's arm. Ended up being detrimental to their chances to win this thing. Despite Slider having a great game, Logan Lee just couldn't get anything going on the ground. Couldn't stay balanced on offense. Ended up costing him in the end. And Logan Lee was out, if you remember, late second quarter, early third quarter with that broken nose injury before he came back midway through the third quarter. So he was out for a full quarter of this ball game with that injury. Not trying to make excuses, but when your star player is out for any period of time, it does hurt your ball club. But your Lexington, of course, played a great ball game. Both of these teams' defenses played outstanding on both sides of the ball, really. Both of these teams had a lot of pass deflections, not very many interceptions. And the player game, go ahead and take it away.
Yeah, the player of the game, Willie Smoke, 19 attempts, 132 yards, 1 touchdown, and 23 receiving yards. His big 70-yard touchdown in the second quarter kind of made the difference in this one here today. So some final thoughts from me here on this one today. Willie Smoke, great game for him. Despite the loss, what a great game, though, from Slider. Kenny Slider played a really good game, 312 yards passing today, only 1 pick, 1 touchdown. Really a good game from a guy that hasn't had to play that big of a role so far. Brookie Burr with 3 sacks today. Really a great individual performance from her today. And, you just look back at the end, Nate, and that missed field goal, that was the difference in the game. We'd be in overtime right now if that field goal was not missed, but unfortunately it was. And for Lincoln, they're going to be kicking themselves over that one for quite a bit of time. Those are my final thoughts. What are your final thoughts today, Nate?
My final thoughts are pretty much the same as yours. That kicker is going to shake that miss off. I'm sure he'll come back better and stronger next week. But as you stated, difference of the ball game, that missed field goal, and we'd be in overtime right now. But tough loss for Lincoln. I'm sure they'll come back though stronger next week.
All right, well, that'll do things here from the SFL Minor League. My name is Petey J. Zeller. Thank you, my friends, for joining us today. Alongside me was Nate Hall. We will see you next time here on the SFL YouTube.